You've tried before. You made the list. You set the alarm. You meant it this time. And then, somewhere between the intention and the morning, it disappeared, like a dream you can't quite hold. What if the problem was never your willpower? What if you've been building on sand, when you needed to find the bedrock first? Think of yourself as an ancient city, layer upon layer of old decisions, old responses, old versions of you, still living in the walls. A habit is not a new building, it is an excavation. You are not adding something to your life, you are uncovering something that was always there. Buried under the nose, under the urgency, under the weight of other people's expectations. Before you build anything, you have to know what the ground beneath you is made of. What do you actually value? Not what you think you should value, what genuinely moves something inside you. That is your bedrock, everything else is just architecture. Somewhere along the way, someone told you that you needed to feel ready. That motivation would arrive like a train, on time, with a schedule, carrying everything you needed. The train never comes, or it comes, but only for a moment, and then it leaves. And you're standing on the platform again, waiting. Here is the truth no one tells you about habits. Feelings follow action, not the other way around. The musician who plays when they don't feel like playing is the one who eventually plays beautifully. You don't wait for the wave. You walk into the water, and the wave finds you. In your inner house, there are rooms you have not opened in years. Not because they are locked, but because the doors are small. So small you convinced yourself there's nothing worth seeing in there. A habit lives behind a small door. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for your whole life. It only ever asks for 2 minutes. Open the notebook, lace the shoes, fill the glass with water, that is all. The neuroscientists call it a cue, a routine, or a war. But really, it is a conversation between you and yourself. I said I would, and I did. That conversation, repeated, becomes the foundation of something unshakable. Not because the action was large, but because the promise was kept. Here is where most people miss the deepest layer. They focus on what they want to do, when the real question is, who do you want to become? Every habit is a vote, cast for a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, but could. When you go to sleep an hour earlier, you are voting for the person who honors their body. When you sit with discomfort instead of reaching for distraction, you are voting for the person who can be present. If this journey resonates with you, consider subscribing. It quietly supports this channel and reminds you that you don't have to walk this path alone. When you return to the practice after breaking it, not with guilt, but with quiet determination, you are voting for the person who does not abandon themselves. The habit is not the destination. The habit is the portrait, painted slowly, one brushstroke at a time, until one day you look at the canvas and recognize the face. You will break the habit, not if. When, there will be a week where everything falls apart. A month where you forget who you were trying to become. The old city will reclaim its streets. The fog will return to the rooms. The small doors will close again. And that moment, that exact moment of return, is not failure. It is the most important moment in the entire process. Because the person who returns, after breaking, without drama, without punishment, without the long speech of self-recrimination, that person has learned something that cannot be taught in a list of 5 tips. They have learned that they are not their streak, they are not their consistency score. They are the one who keeps coming back, and that is the only habit that truly matters. You are not a project to be optimized, you are not a machine that needs better programming. You are a living thing, moving toward light, sometimes slowly, sometimes in circles. Sometimes sitting very still in the middle of the floor wondering if any of it is working. It is working, even now, especially now. Build your habits like you tend a garden. Not with force, with attention, with return. With the quiet, stubborn belief that what you plant in the dark will eventually reach the light.